Hello SC430 community, my name is Henry. Today is July 2nd, 2024. It's a hot day in Arizona right now, but today we're going to be making a walkthrough video of how to replace the driver's seat and passenger seat, the backboard panel. The reason for me doing this is because, as you can see right here, I'm currently doing a Lexus to Toyota Soarer conversion, and I still have the Lexus logo on the driver and passenger seat. So we're going to be replacing that piece with this guy. See here, the Soarer logo instead of the traditional Lexus that we all know. So we're going to be showing you how to do that. Hopefully it goes smoothly, but yeah. I think for the tools, I believe, according to the repair manual, we're going to be using just a screwdriver and maybe a 10mm socket and a ratchet. So yeah, I'll cut to the manual and we'll take a look at how the entire seat is assembled, all the bolts and all the other components along with it. All right, so right here we have the Lexus SC430 repair manual. Although I am working on 2002, 2003 is very similar. There's not many differences. So flipping over to this page, 72-1, we got the front seat, the full assembly of the front seat. So this is also including the passenger seat, just obviously mirrored because of the seat controls that are typically on the side, right? So we are going to be replacing the front seat backboard. So it looks like we got 4 bolts right here, and then we have these 2 fasteners right here. I believe they are screws to remove the back cover. So let's see here, on this page right here, it looks like to remove the backboard, we have 2 screws using a screwdriver. So we got these 2 right here, so we got ourselves a screwdriver. And then to get to the part that we are trying to take out, removing the front seat backboard, remove the 4 bolts in front seat backboard. So we got right here, after removing the backboard, we'll actually have access to 4 bolts to remove this piece right here. So get yourself a ratchet and a 10mm socket, or just a 10mm wrench works as well, and we'll get started. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start on the passenger side. You're going to move the seat as far forward as you can. I already have done that, so it doesn't go any farther than that. Pulling this lever will tilt the chair this way. So now we can get access to the 1 screw that's on this side and the one on this side. Okay, so now that we're underneath the passenger seat, you can see right here, we have this screw right here. So that's what we're going to be taking out. And then we have one over, looks like right here, but it looks like this one is missing. So we're going to have to find a replacement. Luckily, I have another SC430 that's used for parts. So most likely they'll have this screw. So I'm going to use that one. And I'll make sure to get you guys the dimensions. So in case you want to make sure you get one, you can go to your local hardware store and try to get the closest thing possible, right? Because it doesn't really matter as long as you have something in there to keep it in place. So there we go. Got the screw right here. Pretty small. There will be 2 for you. Mine is missing, so I'm gonna have to grab another one when we reassemble. So then, to take it off, it appears that you have to basically bring this whole thing downward from reading the repair manual, right? So we're gonna try to see if we can pull this down slowly without yanking it, because we don't want to break it, right? Because there's plastic pieces, I believe, right here and right here. So be careful with this guy right here. This is also the lever to bring the seat forward and back. So when you get it off of this, make sure you're careful when pulling this out. So I basically went downward to get it off the clips that are on the top, and then moving it this way towards the lever. Alrighty, so I went to the other SC430 and did the same thing, pulling out the screw. It appears that this screw is different from the one that we pulled out of my SC430. But again, this is just a fasten to hold the back panel, so it doesn't technically matter what screw you use. For the dimensions though, it looks like the diameter is about almost 2/10 of an inch. And then for the length, it's about 3/4. So when you go get yourself a screw to replace, you want to find something somewhat similar. These two diameters are about the same, so putting these in should be no problem, even with the thread distance is slightly different. All right, so now that we got the back panel off, I'm going to take out what we are trying to get out, the backboard piece. So you can see here we got a 10 millimeter here, 10 millimeter in here, same thing on this side, 10 millimeter here, and a 10 right here. So let's take this out. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Nope, don't want to do that. So let's put this down. There we are. So that we got these four really small 10 millimeter bolts, and then this should just come right out. There you go. Now to put this all back together with the Soarer logo. All right, so I got the Soarer logo on right here. So we'll put this back in, sliding it in from the top. It should just pop in very nice and easy. Make sure the holes line up. You don't want to tie them all in all at once. You want to put all four in first. Make sure you get it nice and centered, and then you want to start tying them down. So for torquing this down, since this is plastic on metal, you want to be very careful. You don't want to tighten it too much. You just want to tighten it enough so it's nice and snug in there. So, you know, you're shaking it, it's not going to move. There we go, nice and snug. Now we're gonna put the back panel on. Remember, these two up here are clips, so they're hooks, I guess, better lack of terms for it. You wanna hook it in to this bar right here, and this bar right here. Bring it a little bit closer so it's easier to see. This guy right here, and this guy right here. And then you also make sure you get the lever in there as well. So we're going to start with the lever, hooks, and then the screws at the bottom. It looks like there's a rubber piece that connects to this for the lever. So make sure you get the rubber in there. Basically acts as a washer almost. That's in there. The hook in there. You want to go up. Like that. So when you put this on, you want to make sure there is no gaps right here. I can be better at being a cameraman. And now that it's nice and in here, put the screws back in, and you should be good to go. Camera work here. So here, see, I'm kind of doing it without looking. I'm just setting the screw in there, get a couple threads in so I don't have to, you know, bend underneath the whole time. And then again with these bottom ones too, since they are screws and we are screwing plastic onto basically plastic on for the bottom ones at least, you don't want to tighten it too much. You just want to tighten it just so it's nice and snug in there. And there we go. She's good, nice and snug, no movement up here, no movement nowhere. Everything's back in. And now we just got to do the same thing, but on the driver's side. So now that we're on the driver's side, we'll be doing the same exact thing as we did on the passenger side, but mirrored. So when we're taking the bottom back panel out, you want to go down and to the right towards the passenger side, because we also have another manual lever on this side. And then other than that, basically the same exact thing. Nice and easy, just a one little iffy kind of angle for the bottom two screws. Other than that, should be easy peasy. So it looks like in here, from probably most likely the previous owner, took this off and put it back in with different fasteners. So instead of the screws like it said in the repair manual, in here I have 10mm bolts. So you can see here, we got two different screws with the 10mm head. One appears to be probably from something else, I'm not sure, but the length of them are both slightly different. So it is what it is. That's not good. Looks like here I ended up breaking lever, pulling it out, but from what the looks of it, looks like a clip. All you do is kind of slide it in, I guess. Or at least hopefully that's the case. If not, gonna have to use good old super glue or a JB weld to make sure we can put the lever back on. And there you have it. Put that backboard piece in. Everything is back together on the driver and passenger side. And honestly, it looks really good. Matching with the Soarer steering wheel and the trunk badge. So, like I said before, when you're taking this out, make sure you get those 2 screws or bolts, whatever's holding them in at the bottom. Then when you take it out, you want to go down and towards whichever side the lever has. And in case, it might take a little bit of effort to get this lever out from through the hole. This piece may come off. I just put this back in. It's literally just a plastic, you know, it just snaps right on. If you have issues putting it back on, I recommend maybe just gluing it, because honestly, it's not really a big deal, right? It still works, so no issues there. But other than that, this is my first video, so I apologize that it cut a lot. Just due to I'm using my phone, so I don't have a lot of storage space on it, so I had to keep cutting the video to upload it somewhere else, and then delete the old video, and so on and so forth. So I am working on getting a camera so we can do, you know, less cuts, so you see the full experience that I went through to take this out, see how difficult it is for you in case you want to do it yourself, right? But other than that, like, comment, give me some advice. What should I do on the next video? What tutorials, walkthroughs, all those good things. And yeah, have a good day.